All right, after months of waiting for the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer to drop, we finally get our first teaser. Now, a little bit of background on that because I feel like X has been sending me notifications for like the past 2 weeks as far as, oh, it's dropping this week. And then turn around, they're like, nah, they said they're going to push it to the Oscars. And then they turn around and say it's going to drop the next week. And then I'm like, all right, cool. And then sure enough, this morning, we get the trailer. So a lot of things to unwind here as far as the trailer is concerned, but
Yeah,
I'm
boy,
definitely excited.
I'm psyched. I'm really psyched to talk about it because I've rewatched this trailer like a dozen times. I mean, I remember the first time hearing that Sony was gonna release this trailer today at like 4:01 in the morning, which is absurd. But it's time to be alive. So we're going to dissect this trailer. So let's get into it.
All right. First things first, though. I would probably say, well, Marvel does the pretty good job of keeping the wraps on the big bang, big character that's hidden in the movie. And I think what I want to start off with is the possibility of Mr. Negative, because I know when we discussed it in the past, I was like, nah, I don't see him like casted in this movie, but in my opinion, based off of what I see in this trailer, it's happening. It may not be this movie, but it's gonna happen.
I mean, fingers crossed. I mean, we all know we waiting for that. I mean, Mr. Negative would be really cool to have on the screen. It'd be the first time we ever get a character like this on the big screen. So I mean, I don't think we're asking too much. But so far, we got a lot of villains to unwind and talk about and dissect in this trailer because this is really crazy with the cast.
You said a lot in plural, so where would you like to start off with as far as the villains are concerned?
Let's talk about the ones in the trailer so far. um, Scorpion, for example. Let's start off with Scorpion.
Scorpion, Michael
Mm-hmm.
Mando.
Michael Mando. I mean, this is a long time coming. I mean, we've seen him in Spider-Man Homecoming, and then we saw him from Far From Home, and we didn't see him in the last movie, but now we finally get to see him with a suit. I'm not gonna lie to you, I love the CGI. They polished it. I like the suit. I'm not gonna complain. The only thing is that I'm gonna say, thank God he didn't get the helmet because I think that would just kind of be really cringy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Hold on. Before we move off of him real fast, because I'm trying to think at the end of Morbius, where they did that whole thing that they did, didn't he get moved out the 616 universe?
No, no. You talk about Michael Keaton's character, the Vulture.
He got moved.
He got moved. He was in the same prison as Scorpion, and then he was transported magically into, I guess you want to say, the Venomverse. I mean, that universe no longer exists, but I mean, yeah, it happened. But we're not gonna talk about
I just
that.
wanted to get a clarification because I was like, wait a minute. So how was he here? But neither here nor there. As far as the Scorpion is concerned, uh,
You're not excited to see him to come back and reprise his role?
well, technically, he's never really played the character Scorpion like that. Like it's just been a prison scene with him and Michael Keaton. As far as he's like, when I get out, I'm gonna get my revenge and find out who he is. But in the post credit scene, Michael Keaton's Vulture already knows who Peter Parker is. Excuse me, Spider-Man is Peter Parker. So he kind of keeps that to himself due to the fact that he was dating his daughter. So that's kind of like it raised the excitement a little bit. But now, as we're sitting down and we're watching this trailer, and I'm thinking about it, it kind of loses its. It kind of loses its. I'm losing excitement for it because Vulture's not involved. Like if he was involved, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm excited for it. But now it's like, not
I mean,
really.
I can see Sony retconning the whole Vulture thing. I mean, I'm not opposed to that idea, but we'll see how the future goes. it's just a damn shame how you do Michael Keaton like that. I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the OGs in the game. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you just magically warp him into a universe that wasn't even. I don't even. To be honest, I'm gonna keep it a buck. He gets transported to a universe that didn't even mean a damn. I mean, what better way to have him in the MCU? You just take him from an MCU and you take him to like a dollar store MCU version, the Venom verse, if that's what you want to call it. But hey, that's just all I want to say is you don't do that to Michael Keaton. I'm sorry, you just don't.
And that's exactly where I was gonna go with it next. It's like, hold on, if anybody that should have been zapped away, it should have been him, Michael
Should have been
Mando.
Scorpion.
Yeah, Scorpion. He should have been gone. It should have been Michael Keaton's Vulture, because that was a story that, in my opinion, I don't think they were done with yet.
Facts, and it's Michael Keaton, bro. That's somebody you would want on your future films. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's somebody who's gonna bring you money, and he's a great actor. I mean, overall, I think he did an amazing job as Vulture, and I would like to see him come back and reprise his role. But I mean, fingers crossed. You never know what's gonna happen. I mean, at the end of the day, there's a lot of post-credit scenes that we're probably never gonna get answers to, and they're probably gonna retcon a lot of the stuff anyway. I mean, they did it in the first Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland and how they changed the timeline and all that, but it's neither here or there. But overall, yeah, fingers crossed. I would like to see Michael Keaton come back and replace his role as the Vulture. I don't think he's done, but we'll see how it turns out. Maybe he might come back after Doomsday or Secret Wars. Who knows?
All right. What was the next villain up?
Let's start off with Tombstone.
Tombstone.
We get to hear his voice in the movie. He states that spiders have 3 phases in life. I mean, we don't get to see a glimpse of him, but that's his voice.
That's his voice?
Yeah.
I thought it was a lot deeper than that.
I thought it was deep enough, but I mean, pause. But I thought it was okay. I mean, he only had like 2 sentences in the movie, but overall, I like to see what he looks like in the movie. Tombstone is also another character they never done in live action, so this is gonna be really, really interesting how they're gonna present this character. So, all I'm gonna say is that hopefully they don't butcher this character. I'm praying to God, because I believe we spoke about this on past pods, is that how they do the villains in the MCU and how they do one and dones, because I do believe Tombstone is a character that would not only like enrich the story and the lore, but I could see him coming back to be a recurring villain for Spider-Man. I just hope they just don't do the one and done and you know, he magically dies off camera or gets locked up and never gets used again. You know what I mean?
Right. All right. Who we got next as far as villains? Because that's two. We got 2 so far. We haven't even did. Well, excuse me, 3. We already did Mr. Negative. The possibility of Mr. Negative. So who's next?
And then we got the Hand. So the ninjas we get in the trailer scene, I believe that's the Hand. They've been speaking about this for a while. I mean, I could see them coming back. Maybe it could be the henchman of Mr. Negative, but I definitely believe this could be the Hand. I mean, overall, we've already had Spider-Man introduced with Daredevil, and now he's been introduced to the Punisher. But I to be honest with you, I don't know how they're going to bring about the Hand and why they're chasing Spider-Man. I really don't know how they're going to do it. Maybe it has something to do with Sadie Sink's character, which we're going to talk about later, but overall, or it could be that something that John Bental's Frank's Castle might have had done to provoke the Hand to chase them and Spider-Man.
So there's no ties with the Hand and Mr. Negative.
It could be. I mean, I could see that as a possibility. The idea is endless. I mean, this is only like what, a 3-minute trailer that we got so far,
right?
I mean, they're not going to tell us everything, but overall, I could see Mr. Negative working with the Hand. I mean, they've already worked with characters like Kingpin, uh Elektra. I'm trying to remember her name. I forget her name. She was the villain in the Defenders. But overall, yeah. I mean, there's the five families and all that. I mean, I could see them coming back. But I mean, at the end of the day, there's a lot of speculation. I mean, we do get a mention of them in Daredevil Born Again, and I could see them coming back to be a recurring villain in season 2 of Daredevil.
Shoot, there's already a lot of things going on in season 2 of Daredevil where I don't see them bringing back the Hand. If I'm being honest, if they do that, then we talk about a whole another TV show now.
Facts. You talk about a can of worms you're opening, because I mean, if you remember last time in the Defenders, the one that was controlling the Hand was Elektra, which could be a possibility. She could come back in season 3. I would like to see her come back. I mean, I don't think that story's done. I mean, but also as well, with the Hand being introduced, there's a lot of endless possibility. I mean, Danny Rand could come back, Iron Fist, Luke Cage. As we know that Kristen Ritter's character Jessica Jones is going to be in season 2 of Daredevil, so it could play a pivotal role in the future of the MCU. Then talking about that as well, we got the Punisher walking around here. I believe he could be an anti villain in this movie, or an anti-hero, as you may. I mean, in the trailer, it seems that Spider-Man and Punisher know each other. I mean, are they friends? I don't know. But overall, it seems like Frank has some type of vendetta against Spider-Man. But overall, if we're going to talk about Daredevil, I mean, a lot of people are upset because people are already getting upset with Sony for the fact that Punisher's going to be in this movie, which means that he's going to... Last time we saw him, he was kidnapped by Kingpin. He was thrown in a cage. Now, that means he's going to be set free. Now, how he's going to be set free is going to be probably left to interpretation in season 2 of Daredevil. I mean, from what speculation, what I hear is that he's not going to play or not be introduced in season 2 whatsoever. I highly doubt that, but I mean, we'll see how it goes. We only got a couple more days to the episode air on Disney Plus, but I'm really excited to see Frank Castle in this movie and how they're going to intertwine him with Spider-Man. Overall, everybody says you got to dim him down. I mean, we saw it in the trailer. He kind of kept his mouth shut when he was going to cuss. I mean, overall, you know, this is going to be a PG-13 movie.
Yeah, it does seem like they're kind of dimming him down. It made him a little bit more tougher though, because him kicking him out the daggone window, meaning out of the back of the truck onto the street, it's a bit superhumanish.
I mean, he's a savage, bro. I mean, overall, I mean, he did run him over with the van and then shot him with a shotgun, and I'm like, damn, bro, like, this is just a kid. Like, god damn, bro, like, calm down. What did he do to you to make you so mad?
Right. So I'm excited for Bernthal and the Punisher, but going back to what you were saying about Daredevil season 2, they do definitely have to have some type of explanation of him escaping from the cage, because you just can't transition from, all right, we're in Daredevil Born Again, okay, cage, and now you're out free, and we still have this whole Kingpin thing going on, where that's just not Punisher style for me.
Yeah, it doesn't fit the bill. I'm just hoping, I'm praying that we don't do this whole thing that he gets out and he kind of lets Kingpin go, and it's like, I'll get you another day. I feel like that's too, what's the word I'm looking for? Cliche, if you understand what I'm saying. I feel like that's kind of lazy writing. I feel like he needs to get his lip back. I mean, to be honest with you, that's what I'm expecting, because as we left off in season 2 of Daredevil, I mean, he did threaten Kingpin to tell him, when you get out of jail, I'm gonna come after you, bro. I mean, just I'm coming back. So, and then he got kidnapped, and I don't know. I just can't see him just walking away. You know what I mean? I just feel like that's just kind of lazy writing. But overall, I'm excited to see how he goes.
We still got the the Punisher. What was that? The special edition. He's
The
got
short film
some.
of Punisher being released as well.
Yeah,
That's gonna
some
connect before
project.
Spider-Man.
So, well, when's the release date for it though?
That I would have to look up. I
Yeah,
mean,
because I would think. Well, now it's it's complicated now because you got season 2 of Born Again. So were we
yeah.
gonna see like a backstory of how you got out?
I mean, I can see Daredevil season 2 opening up for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Now, the Punisher, the short film, it could either take place before Spider-Man Brand New Day or after. I'm gonna land on it's gonna take place before Spider-Man Brand New Day. This is just my prediction, my take on the matter.
We're getting a summer 2026 release date window.
Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah, released in 2026, a TV special. Now, this is what I'm excited for. Now, this definitely got to be rated R because I can't see them holding back on this.
A Disney Plus movie, rated R.
A short film. All I need
That's
is
my
just
only concern.
I just need John Bernthal to be at 100%. Let him do what he gotta do. Let him be the Punisher and just let him wreck John Wick style all day, every day. That's all I need. And a good storyline. I don't care what happens between all that before and after Daredevil season 2 and Brand New Day. But I need a good storyline with the Punisher. I think it's about time that John Bernthal gets the respect he deserves as the Punisher. I think it's his time to shine, and that's what I want.
You don't think he got the respect already? Because I feel like he's right
oh no,
there
most
on
definitely.
that
I'm
high
not taking
horse.
that away from him. But you know what I'm saying, right? You know how like it took a while to get like, for example, Black Widow to get a movie, and certain characters to get their TV show.
Did she need a movie?
Who?
Black Widow.
I think we could live without it. I mean, overall, she did a great job. Scarlett Johansson, I ain't hating on her. I thought the movie was decent. I think, to be honest with you, I'm not going to go and throw shade at her. I really felt like they kind of rushed that movie. It could have been a lot better. Overall, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either. If you know what I'm saying.
Wrong time for the movie, if I'm being honest. But getting back to Spider-Man Brand New Day, though, I feel like, do we cover all the villains? Because I wanted to touch on Ned. Because
that's a future possibility. We gotta talk about that too.
So, and this is no disrespect to to Ned, but are they waiting for him to? How do I want to put this?
Jacob Batalon. Are we gonna see Ned?
And we waiting for him to lose weight for him to play the character. Enough weight to play the character, because I feel like that's where it's looking like. Where every time I see him in every movie, he's losing more and more weight, and now it's getting to the point. Okay, now let's build old muscle.
I'm not gonna lie to you. No pun intended, but my spidey senses are tingling, and I'm gonna agree with you. I think you're hitting the nail on the head with this shit, because I really do believe too. I believe that. I think they're waiting for him to lose some type of body mass and build it back up, and so he can fit that role. Now, this is the thing, because everybody's 50-50 with this, because, I mean, overall, there's a storyline where Ned does become the Hobgoblin. I mean, it is an alternate version of the Green Goblin. Don't get it twisted. No disrespect when it comes to the Green Goblin and Hobgoblin. Two different characters, two different identities, and many people have taken the role of Hobgoblin. Even Harry Osborn has taken the role, but there's also a character who's also taken the mantle of Hobgoblin that was dead in the comics. Now, a lot of people want to see this character become a villain. I mean, overall, if we saw it from No Way Home, he did tell Tom Holland's character Peter Parker that as a best friend, he would never betray him. I believe that's what he said, or attack him, or kill him. No, kill him. I will never kill you as your best friend. I mean, overall, I do believe as Spider-Man, he doesn't get the best luck. I mean, Tobey Maguire, Andrew, both their best friends were Green Goblins, and they did try to kill him. So, I mean, is it a prediction? Is it foreshadowing? Ned is going to be a villain? I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't. I'm not against that idea. I would like to see him have a bigger role in this universe. And I do think we do need a new Green Goblin in this universe. And if we're not going to get a Green Goblin, we might as well get the Hobgoblin. That's just my
I hear
2 cents
you.
on the matter.
Now, I will say Ned is pretty short. Like he can't be any taller than 5'6".
I think he's like 5'5". I mean, overall.
Yeah, he can't be that tall.
How tall
But
is Tom Holland? I think he's short too.
he can pull it off though. 5'5". He's 5'5". So, but yeah, every time I see him, he's losing weight, and in the movie trailer, I'm like, look like he's like transitioning into like a darker character. You get that vibe from him in the trailer?
Correct. I do. I agree with you. And as his futures roles in other movies, to not get off the topic, I see him becoming like this character, like he's developing like his, how do I say this, like a newer personality. Like he's taking on roles that I don't see him really doing, but as he's progressing in his career in film, I could see him taking this darker role, this comedic, like, how do I say this, kind of like a darker version of Spider-Man. Like he's maturing, but he's also like a little bit crazy.
Hmm.
But he can still crack the jokes. But is he really serious? Kind of like, I don't want to say like a psychopath, but kind of like that direction. You know what I'm saying? Like, is he joking? Is he serious? Is he crazy? Is he just trying to be funny, or is he just like out there? You know what I mean?
Right. Because I want to say the last time I saw him was Wrecking Crew, and I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, he
And
lost
I
a lot
and
of weight.
he did, and that role that he was playing, like this snitch slash spy that was working for Jason Momoa, I felt like that character was like really out there for him. Like I'm like I couldn't really see him playing that character, but he did a pretty good job. I'm like, okay, okay, go ahead with that. Okay, okay, cool. So this is the direction we're going now. I can see him being like it's like little baby steps. I can see him playing a villain now. You know what I mean? Like he's getting there. You know what I'm saying? Like just slowly getting up there.
That's just like, all right, they had to have had the conversation at some point. Look, maybe they didn't say specifically, all right, we want you to play Hobgoblin, but I'm sure it's like, look, if you want to keep on playing this character Ned, you're gonna have to do something about this weight. So
Plus, also to be honest with you, it's also a health issue too. I mean, he was. I mean, I do believe he was kind of like overweight. I mean, it is
kinda.
a health decision. Well, he was overweight. Let me rephrase my words. He was overweight.
So
It's a good look on him. Overall, I'm not against the idea, but most definitely, if he's going to take a role as a main villain moving forward in this universe, if it is a possibility, I do think he needs to lose the weight. I mean, overall, and then not just lose the weight, but also gain the muscle, the muscle back. You know what I mean? Get back into shape.
right, right. Uh, what else we got? We got all right. So I was gonna transition it to Bruce Banner, and
We got to talk about that too.
I'm a little underwhelmed with him because maybe he figured out a way to go back to normal into just being human and then transforming into the Hulk, because I saw a green screen clip of him being the Incredible Hulk saving some people out of a burning building. So I was looking forward to a possible, I guess, sparring match between Spider-Man and the Hulk at some point in this movie, but based off of what I've seen, I feel like that's just a little bit too much.
Yeah, I think we're asking for too much if we do that for right now. Maybe in the future I could see that happening. Um, to go back on what you said, to add to context on that, when we last left off in She-Hulk, he did create a device that he had in his hand. If you remember the first episode correctly, She-Hulk asked why he had that in his hand, and he would say it was able to allow me to be back in my human form and still be able to control the Hulk. I do believe this is going to play a major role into the storyline. It's gonna play out that I do think he's gonna lose control. Now, I don't want to really spoil it right now because we want to just talk about Bruce Banner. Bruce Banner being in the Hulk, being in the Spider-Man movie is really crazy because I didn't expect him. I've heard rumors, but I didn't really expect that Mark Ruffalo was gonna be in this film. But seeing him as a professor in college and Spider-Man's taking a class, there's a lot of questions that gotta be answered because I mean, was She-Hulk real? I mean, did that happen? I mean, I thought people were looking for Bruce Banner, but it seems like he's having a normal life now. But I get it, like time has passed and all that. But to be honest with you, I mean,
Do you think this is just me, but don't you think he's a little bit too good for a junior college professor?
I think so.
Like
I was gonna say that. I
I
feel like
didn't
that was below his. How does it? Below like his standards, I guess. Like this beneath him.
like
That's
he's
I kind of
he's
like.
overqualified for this type of
Yeah. Okay. That's a bit. Yeah. That's a better
yeah
way
he's
to say it. It's
overqualified for this
overqualified.
type of situation because he's supposed to be what a specialist in
Radiation.
gamma radiation. So come on now, you got to be like working at the Pentagon or something to be some
Facts.
type of some type of professor or something instead of you being a junior college professor. Which I was like, yeah, maybe you should have kind of went the Kirk Connors route, but
But it seems like he's going to the like day to day working man route,
hmm
which is kind of different from where we last left off in She-Hulk. But it's going to be interesting how they're going to retcon that too. Maybe they might mention it, maybe they might not. But to go back on what you said, um, on the last video, that he's taking a Kurt Connors uh role. I mean, we saw this in the animated series in the 90s. We also saw this in the comics, and now we're seeing it in the live action. They're replacing Kurt Connors with Mark Ruffalo's Bruce Banner. In the comics, it was Mr. Fantastic, and in the animated series, it was Kurt Connor. Spider-Man is transitioning into a newer version of himself. He's learning his. I guess you could say like he's becoming like a teenager. He's going through hormone changes with his powers, and
right,
it seems like that we're getting not just like references, but also like what is it I'm trying to say? The words are not coming to my head right now. I feel like we're paying homage to Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire. I feel there's a lot of homage that we're paying with Andrew as well. The Amazing Spider-Man. I see it. To see the new director, Dustin Daniel Curtin, who is also the director for Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and John Walt's version of the trilogy with Tom Holland Spider-Man, to see how the differences, how they're directing. And it's crazy how we're seeing it because I'm not going to lie to you. John Watts was amazing with the trilogy. Don't get me wrong, no disrespect. But I felt like that was kind of like an elementary kind of like, this is Kid Spider-Man and he kind of stayed kid friendly.
hmm
But seeing Dustin and only seeing him from my perspective, I've only seen him direct Shang-Chi. That's just me. But to see the trailer and the way that is being presented and like the way I'm viewing it, I feel like we're getting not just homages of like Tom Holland and respect with like Andrew and all that, but I'm seeing like we're getting like the adult version of Spider-Man. If you understand what I'm saying, like this is not just like kid Spider-Man. This is like an adult version, and I see like the darkness and the maturity coming out of the movie, and I'm loving it. Like I'm
yeah,
really like loving the way that it's being filmed, and I love the suit. I love the cast of what they're doing. I mean, overall, this is just a teaser trailer. It is crazy how great, like, just a few minutes that we're watching, and I'm like really really shocked. Like, I'm sitting here thinking, like, at the same time, this is a lot of characters you're introducing in a trailer. Like, I mean, the last time we saw this being done was Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire and all them, Sandman, Venom, Green Goblin, and all them. You saw how that was, but it seems like Dustin is doing a pretty well job handling. And I know it's just a trailer, and I know I'm reaching, but there's not too many directors who can do that. And there's another thing to add that a lot of people probably don't know, that he was reached out by Kevin Feige to direct Avengers 5. And he didn't get the chance to do it because, as we all know, the Russo brothers are taking over Doomsday and Secret Wars. So if he can handle this,
as they should,
but if he can handle a cast like this, props to him. I gotta pay my respect. That's crazy. But only the future will tell how the movie goes out. Overall, I think this is gonna be a banger. This is crazy. I mean, I'm really geeking out because I'm trying not to show it, but I really want to just be screaming right out the top of my lungs because I didn't expect this trailer to be this great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not throwing shade on Spider-Man. I'm not saying I was worried, but what I'm saying is, as a fan, I didn't expect this trailer to be this explosive. Like, I really felt like they kind of showed a lot in this trailer. And I feel like I'm reaching. But overall, no disrespect, I loved it. And I'm staying watching, and I'm sitting there like, bro, there's so many things that they answer, but there's so many more questions I need answers for. If you know what I'm saying.
I guess we can just go ahead and make the transition to the Man Spider part.
Because that's what I was going to say too. Because I do feel like we're going with the Man Spider. Now, my personal opinion, I don't think we're ready for that on live action. And why I believe that is because I don't think Sony wants to present Spider-Man as like this monster. And it is a big part of the story in comics and in the animated series. Would I like to see Man Spider on the big screen? Yeah, I would. I do think it would add a really like crazy like it would add more like, how do I say this? Like, it would add more
depth to the character.
More character development with Spider-Man is as he's progressing to learn as the Spider-Man. As we see him, it seems like he's starting to learn how to create his own webs, and he doesn't know how he's doing it. So we're definitely getting the Tobey Maguire thing, but I do think he's also going to lose some of his powers.
If we're being honest, I feel like adding the Punisher to it, if he does transform into the Man Spider in this movie, then I guess we'll have the Punisher do the cleanup duty as far as getting him back to normal. That's just my takeaway from it. If that's the direction that we're going, it's funny.
So what you're saying is, you think that so you're saying that Punisher and Peter are gonna be like pals?
Yeah, like I don't think, just my takeaway from just the interaction in the trailer between the two. Like, obviously, it looks like they came across each other's paths quite a few times, and it's like, oh, let me stop Frank from killing these guys. Let me go ahead and just web them up real quick and then get them out the way. But when we talk about the shotgun thing, I'm like, that. To be honest, I just felt like that was like what, beanbags or something. It wasn't really a actual shotgun with live bullets. So
I mean, it's the Punisher we talk about, so he don't hold back.
I get it, but he spared him. Like, he ain't doing anything serious to him. Like, he ain't have a hole in him or anything. So it's no, like if he wanted to take him out, he could have took him out. Let's just be honest. Well, I ain't gonna say he could have. But
yeah, I feel like yeah. I mean, ain't nobody dogging Spider-Man in this movie. I mean, with this cast, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. But overall, yeah, I can see them being bros. Like buddies, no, there's a difference. I can see them having some type of mutual respect with each other.
That's a better way of putting it. Mutual respect.
Like, I think they could respect each other as vigilantes, but their views, I can see their views being misconstrued. Kind of like how Matt Murdock has his views, but won't cross that line like the Punisher would cross it. If you remember correctly, you know what I mean? I could see Spider-Man be like, come on, bro, like, can we not kill nobody? And he could probably, and I could see him calling him Red. You know what I'm saying? Because he does have red on his outfit. He's like, you, and I'm waiting for that line too. I want to see if he calls him Red.
I think he's just gonna stick with the kid. I think he's just gonna stick with the kid. That's just me. I just stick with the kid.
But you know, it's gonna be like a little Easter egg. You know, you remind me of somebody named Red, and you'd be like, who's that? Some douchebag lawyer that I know. But overall, that would be pretty cool. I mean, I would like to see Daredevil and Spider-Man back on the big screen, but I mean, we'll see.
So that's all I got. But what you got? The comic from the lore of comic book. What you got?
The only other thing we could talk about, I mean, because we didn't see Sydney Silk's character. I mean, Sadie Sink's character. It's implied that she's going to be playing Jean Grey. I mean, we talked about this in the last pod. I don't see it. Maybe she could be the daughter of Jean Grey. She's probably going to play a mutant. Definitely probably going to be playing a character that can mind control people. I do believe that's how we're going to get Savage Hulk back in the MCU. Wanda did it to Hulk in Avengers: The Age of Ultron. I could see them doing that again. I do believe we got a glimpse of it when Spider-Man opened one of the trucks and saw a lady in an ambulance, and then we could see somebody transferring from body to body in the body. I could believe that's her character. She could be somebody who could be able to mind control people, but we'll see how it goes with future trailers. I'm still kind of iffy about her playing Jean Grey because I don't feel like that's who it's going to be. Because Jean Grey is going to play a big role in Doomsday and Secret Wars. I just don't see them taking away the shine from somebody else, you know, an OG actress. But anything is possible. I mean, we do got Damage Control coming back to hunt Spider-Man and future mutants. So, I mean, it is a possibility at the end of the day. I just don't see that being really, like, realistic. Anything, I mean, it could be Emma Frost. Who knows? I mean, at the end of the day, it could just be some new mutant. But overall, that's pretty much all I got to say. Unless you want to talk about MJ dating this new guy.
Yeah, let's give MJ some smoke real quick, because it seems like Peter's trying to get back into her life at some point.
I mean, as we last left off, Spider-Man is yet to tell Ned and MJ that they used to be friends, and they don't know each other because of the magic spell that Doctor Strange had put on in the last movie. So it seems like he hasn't done it yet. I mean, we start off the trailer that way, him still having the letter in his hand and how he's going to explain how they know each other, but he still hasn't done it. And he sees this, I guess, this post on social media and how, like, they get into MIT, and it seems like MJ's not excited. And then he's magically invited to a party with both of them in there. He brings flowers, and then we get a glimpse. If you don't see it, you miss it. It seems like she got a new boy toy. She got a new boyfriend. And I mean, this is just speculation. This is my thoughts. I mean, let me know what you guys think. I think that could be Flash Thompson. Maybe it's just me.
Hold on. Wasn't Flash was the other guy in the other movies, right?
Yeah. He was the bully.
So you think we're going to get a brand new Flash?
Could be an older version of Flash. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. Nobody remembers who Spider-Man is.
True.
I mean, there's also speculation. The only other character who knows who Spider-Man's identity is, the Savage Hulk.
What?
And remember, Savage Hulk is one with Bruce Banner.
Hold on. How, please clarify that up for me. How would he know that?
Because he's the only one who wasn't put under the spell. As we know that Savage Hulk became one with Bruce Banner, and it's implied that Bruce Banner's conscience took took over more than the Savage Hulk to become Professor Hulk. So, which means deep down inside, there is a Savage Hulk who still remembers that Spider-Man is Peter Parker because they were at one point members of the Avengers and they fought together.
That's interesting. Well, if I'm thinking about it right now, they really, I don't even think they've ever interacted with each other.
Not on the big screen. But I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, why not? I think that's how we're gonna get away with the whole Savage Hawk not fighting Spider-Man. He could probably be like, "I know you." You
Right.
know, I forget what he calls him in the comics, but he has a name for him. I think he calls him Spider or something like that. Maybe I'm wrong. But overall, he's gonna have a nickname for him too, and be like, "I remember you. You're Peter Parker." And then he'd be like, you remember me?" And he was like, "Yeah, I remember you, bro. Like, why? Why? I'm not supposed to know who you are?" I can
Right.
see them doing that in the big screen.